Childcare providers are asking state lawmakers for more funding and looser rules to help them keep their doors open. They say they're caught between rising costs and decreased funding. WRAL's Capitol Bureau Chief Laura Leslie joins us now live from the Legislative Building, where state lawmakers heard from the industry today. Laura.
Deb, industry leaders say that North Carolina's childcare has been losing capacity for the last few years. We're down 10% just since 2018. Now, they say during the pandemic, federal and state COVID relief dollars helped to slow that drain a little bit. But those extra dollars are scheduled to dry up next year. And that's just as the cost of doing business, keeps rising faster than ever. That's why industry leaders were asking lawmakers today for help. Sherry Melton with the NC Licensed Child Care Association says the lack of child care is already a big problem in this state, especially in rural areas where it's affecting parents' ability to hold jobs.
The number one barrier right now in this state to expanding licensed quality child care in our state for all the families who need it is a child care workforce crisis.
Melton and others are asking lawmakers to ease some of the requirements for college education for some early education teachers. She says there simply aren't enough qualified workers available to fill those jobs. Lauren Hayworth faces that issue every day. She runs a small child care chain in the Triad area.
All of my schools have waiting lists, and the other providers I talk to, they have waiting lists. And they're not necessarily always because you can't get children into classrooms. It's because you don't have classrooms fully open because there are no teachers to staff those classrooms.
We have parents calling, they are crying, they are panicked because we cannot provide for them what we want to provide for them.
Tammy Gatling is regional director for a multi-state company that's the largest private provider of the NC Pre-K program. She said they may not be able to continue offering it.
We are at a tipping point where we don't know if we can continue to provide access to those 4-year-olds who need care the most because they're at risk, mainly because the costs of staffing are so high.
Since 2020, federal and state COVID funds have helped to raise the pay for child care staff, but even so, it hasn't been enough to keep up, and that money is scheduled to dry up next year. Gatling asked lawmakers to consider extending the extra funding before it runs out and hiring gets even harder. Gatling also predicted that if child cares are allowed to fall off the financial cliff next year, more parents are going to have to leave the workforce, adding to North Carolina's already tight labor market. Back to you, Deb.
Laura Leslie reporting live on Jones Street. Thank you, Laura.